Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining us on another episode of the Newspaper Review here on Thav TV. My name is William Sabuli and we're really glad to have you here. Well, we do this every other day. We bring you the headlines from our local and national dailies, and of course we expect reactions from you on our comment section. If this is the first time you're seeing this video, we're really glad to have you here. We're on Facebook as Thav TV, we're on Instagram as Thav TV_NG. Here on YouTube, it's Thav TV. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to always get notified whenever we come in line. For today, let's go straight to taking the headlines with you as our viewer commenting and reacting to these headlines. Thank you so much for joining us. For staying. Let's go straight to taking the headlines. We begin with the Vanguard newspaper for the 29th day of November 2021. The headline here says, the big one here says, COVID-19's Omicron variant. COVID-19's Omicron variant. If you don't know what that is the new variant of the coronavirus that is spreading really fast around the world. But let's go back to the headline. It says, COVID-19's Omicron variant, why travel ban won't work. WHO, NIDS, NMA say Nigeria doesn't need to follow Western world in making decision. Indonesia bans arrivals from Nigeria. 7 others as Omicron variant spreads. Morocco halts all incoming flights. Africa shouldn't be punished over new variants. Additional AFDB boss. Travel ban will affect global solidarity. WHO. All of that is on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. All right, we look at other headlines here on the Vanguard newspaper. We see cooking gas. Stakeholders tax federal government on forex price instability. And then we also see gunmen trapped in attack bid on just prison. Gunmen trapped in attack bid on just prison. All right, that's on page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper. So if you need to get all the details, pick up a copy of the Vanguard newspaper and read up the story. We also take this headline here on the Vanguard newspaper. It says, terrorism. IPOB hits Sheikh Gumi. Terrorism. IPOB hits Sheikh Gumi. All right, that's all we can take on the Vanguard newspaper. We move on to other newspapers for today. All right, next is the Punch newspaper. We'll go straight to the big headline here. It says, federal government bans 91 billionaires, VIPs, jets, insist on 30 billion naira duty. Top pastors, business moguls, banks and oil firms, CEOs affected. NCAA, FAAN, NAMAR get letters to ground affected planes. Aviation Ministry, Customs on warpath over flight ban directives. All of that is on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. That's the big headline here. We also take this one. Power generation falls by 849.2 megawatt. Genos blame consumers. Gencos, I beg your pardon, blame consumers. All right, that's all we can take on the Punch newspaper. We move to other newspapers. Let's take on the Nation newspaper here. It says security strengthened in Southwest over terror alert. Security strengthened in Southwest over terror alert. Lagos, Ondo, Ogun take proactive actions to prevent attacks. You also see troops take over Jos Custodial Center after attack. Troops take over Jos Custodial Center after attack. All right, that's on the Nation's newspaper. So if you need to get more details, you need to pick up a copy of the Nation's newspaper and read up the story. We also see here 5 INEC commissioners to retire in December. Nigeria to benefit from $4.3 trillion digital services. All of that is on the nation's newspaper, so do well to pick up a copy and read the full stories. All right, we move on to the Daily Sun newspaper, and we see this headline here. It says, hype of furious over comparison with bandits, says Gumi deserves jail. All right, that's the same headline we saw on another of the national dailies we took earlier. So we see hype of furious over comparison with bandits, says Gumi deserves jail. All right, the big headline here says, gunmen attack Jos prison. Unspecified number of inmates reportedly escape. Right, that's on page 26 of the Daily Sun newspaper. So if you're willing to get more details of that story, please pick up a copy of the Daily Sun newspaper and then read off the full gist. Then we also see federal government under fire over 5,000 naira stipend in place of fuel subsidy. Move will create cesspool of corruption. PFN. That's the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria speaking. All right, so they say it will create a cesspool of corruption. Right, that's from the Daily Sun newspaper. So if you need to get all the details, don't forget to pick up a copy and read the story. We move on to Daily Trust newspaper. Daily Trust newspaper for the 29th day of November 2021. We see the big headline here says, hard times for air travelers as ticket prices double. Hard times for air travelers as ticket prices double. Flights to South fully booked. Airlines use festive period to recover losses. Booking racketeering booms. We have no powers to fix prices. NCAA speaking there. So if you need to get all the story, don't forget to pick up a copy of the Daily Trust newspaper and read up the story. All right, we continue this episode of the newspaper review segment. We're talking to one of our commentators that is live here with us on the street. His name is Mr. Edwin, and he's set to, react to some of the headlines that we read out this morning. All right, let's meet Mr. Edwin. Which of the headlines would you be reacting to? I mean, we've read quite a lot of the headlines that are very striking this morning, 29th day of November 2021. So which of the headlines do you want to react to?
Okay, I want to start my reaction from the 5,000 naira oil subsidy removal.
All right, that's on the Daily Sun newspaper.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Go on, sir.
Okay, I think the 5,000 naira stipend for the oil subsidy removal is just something that's just coming up from the federal government, and I don't know how real it is, but it's something that is, that we're reading on social media, online.
Yeah.
And I've gone through it a bit, and the information alone is something that I'm not really very, very comfortable with. Federal government, we know them for one thing. Every time they come up with one thing or the other. And when it comes to this 5,000 naira removal for the oil subsidy, I don't really see a sense in it. I don't really see a sense in it because, the major problem we have, as a country is we having leaders that are not accountable. Very unaccountable leaders. You've been selling fuel for 161 naira or 162 naira, so to say. And you've not really been able to, to really give an account of what you've really done with this money, the profit you've been getting from this money. And right now you want to now elevate the price again. You want to hike the price again from 161 naira to 300 naira.
Yeah.
Now you're not coming up with a 5,000 naira subsidy for 30 to 40 million Nigerians that you term as the poor Nigerians. Now, what is the value of 5,000 naira to a common Nigerian? What is the value of 5,000 naira? How far can it go? How far can it go?
Yeah.
So the idea of that removal of the oil subsidy is something that I don't welcome at all.
Okay.
I don't welcome it at all. Personally, I don't welcome it. I have my own reasons. I have my own reasons.
Okay, that's interesting. So that what you're saying is that this 5,000 naira will not go to any length to help Nigerians.
It will not. It will not. It will not. Now look at an average Nigerian. An average Nigerian cannot comfortably live with 1,000 naira a day. Okay,
Yeah.
let's take for example, if you want to go to the Buka to take a breakfast,
Yeah.
don't you know how much you're going to spend
Yeah,
at
of
the
course.
spot?
Yeah, of course.
You know, before you know it, you've already spent 500 naira.
Yeah.
And with that 500 naira, you're not even full.
Yeah.
You eat and you're still looking for a way to get more satisfied. So
yeah, I get your point.
Yeah.
So in other words, that 5,000 naira compared to the cost of living in Nigeria it has no effect. It's
has
not
no,
going to
has
change
no
anything.
effect. Has
So
no effect.
and from the newspapers, we see that some organizations, some bodies are already coming out to say, the federal government should leave the fuel price the way it's already high enough. It's already causing a lot of havoc to people and their style of living. They should leave it in that way. They shouldn't increase it to 300 naira because that is going to just deepen the corruption and the wahala that a whole lot of Nigerians are going through already. All right, is there any other headlines that you'd like to take on? We also see, that on one of the papers we see that, that airlines are planning on increasing, on doubling, as the newspaper headline said, on doubling the price of, airfare in this festive period. What's your take on that, sir?
When it comes to the aviation sector, I don't really know. I don't really have much to say, in that regard. There might be so many reasons. There are so many reasons why they want to increase the price of the air transport. Usually, we know that getting close to December period like this, it's a festive period. Not just only airliners, not just only air transport companies, also road transport companies.
That's
There's
true.
always this tendency for them to increase the price for their fare. Okay.
There's been some increment already
Okay.
that Nigerians are already, crying about, and then to think that they want to double on that increase, it's what is of concern to some of us. Yeah.
Well, I think it's as a result of the hardship in Nigeria. The thing is affecting all corners.
Yeah.
It's affecting all corners, both the transport, the food. I remember as the transport is increasing, it's going to have an effect on other sectors, other areas.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now, if you as a transporter, you are increasing your transport fare. After you've gotten your profit, you shouldn't forget that you're also going to spend it on other things.
Yeah.
Like food. So I think basically, for me, one of the reasons why these people are actually increasing the transport is, first of all, the season, because it's something that has been on for years.
Yeah.
Something that we are used to.
In the festive period, these prices tend to go up and all of that. All right, thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Edwin. All right, viewers, that's all we'll be taking today. We're very glad that you stayed with us up to this extent. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles. We're on Facebook and Instagram, and here on YouTube. On YouTube, don't forget to turn in the notification bell to get notified whenever we come online. Well, for today, till next time when we meet again, my name is William Sabule, and this has been the News Super Review segment.